My name is Joan Cordell. I'm from Manchester. 3 years ago, in 2016, we made a short film called Out of It. Out of It gave examples of deaf people's experience of being excluded. This film catches up with two of us and looks at the everyday discrimination which deaf people can still experience. What's your name and job role?
My name is Brenda Hamlin. I work at the Manchester Deaf Centre. I'm the chair of the trustees here at the Manchester Deaf Centre.
Can you tell us what happened?
What happened? Right, absolutely. Last December, I had an interpreter with me in the office downstairs, and we tried to phone the Co-op bank. So the interpreter made the phone call for me, made the call, and I explained that the interpreter's name, that he's a fully qualified interpreter, registered with the body. Also, he's an authorised person on our account to be able to talk to them. He's like the third party, he's allowed. So he's allowed to do that for us. Then, the bank asked us to repeat, what did you say? So we had to explain again that the interpreter, what my name was and the interpreter's name, and that I'm deaf, and that the interpreter would be providing the voiceover for my sign-in, because obviously I can't speak. And they just said, no, I can't accept it. And I was like, that took me back a little bit. The person at the bank said, I need to talk to my line manager about it. So they must have had that conversation, and then they just flat out refused. They said they won't accept me. And we went on and on and on with it. The same thing. They keep on doing it. They keep blocking my access to the bank.
Well, my best friend was getting married last year, and I was asked to be the witness at the wedding. We went along to the wedding, wonderful, happy atmosphere there, and everything was about to start. The registrar frowned, stopped, and he said, you can't be the witness. The rules say that a witness has to be able to hear every word of the ceremony. If somebody questions later, this was a real wedding, the witness must be able to answer. I booked a lip speaker to support me at the wedding. I paid for a lip speaker, and I explained I would be able to follow the ceremony using the NRCPD registered lip speaker. The registrar insisted that I could not be the witness because I couldn't hear, and asked the lip speaker to sign as a witness as well. Without that, he said it wouldn't be acceptable. So this delay at the wedding created a bad atmosphere.
It's very strange. I feel really depressed about it. I feel really down. I feel like it's not right. I'm not sure how I can access it. When I tried to access it, they said that I needed to go and use a Minicom or Type Talk. But I was really confused, because even if I use Type Talk, there's still a third person operator at the end of it. What's the difference? What is the difference? So I tried to explain. I know recently the GDPR regulation has come in, but you need to. I tried to explain to them that they need to understand that under the Equality Act, what are my rights? Where are my rights being met? But they were adamant that they wouldn't accept it, and I just felt really like below par.
feel?
I felt terrible. I went from being really happy, feeling so pleased for my friend and happy, enjoying the service, to right down here, feeling stressed and awkward and tense, and as if I was somehow a barrier to a happy wedding taking place. So, do you feel that their service is not consistent?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's not consistent. I just don't understand. It's one rule. Well, some people can go through and they don't have a problem. They can have the conversation with the person that they need. So some staff, like at the deaf centre, we have staff here who are deaf, and the manager here is deaf, and they get through no problem. But when I've tried to do it, and I'm one of the trustees here, and I do need to have conversations with the bank, they won't accept me. Even when I got an interpreter here and they've got all my details, they just refuse. I just don't understand. There's something wrong there with their system. There must be.
Well, I think that Ealing Registry Office needs to apologise. I think they should apologise to the couple who are getting married, my friends, and to me and the lip speaker for causing such an awkward situation. But then I think they need to take a look at how they implement their policies and rules, make sure that they match with the rights within the Equality Act 2010. I also think it would be great to see a positive commitment from the Registry Office. Tell people what they're doing to spread good practice. I have heard that other deaf people have had this experience, so I'm not the only person who's been refused as a witness. So no, the service isn't consistent at the moment. It needs to be consistent. We have contacted the Co-op Bank and Ealing Registry Office to give them the opportunity to respond to these stories and events. Unfortunately, when we filmed this, we had no response. The only accessible way to give feedback to the Co-op Bank was an online form. So with Brenda's permission, I completed a description of what happened and sent it to the Co-op. Unfortunately, I got an automatic response saying, "Thank you for your feedback. We cannot reply to individuals." So it's ironic that the Co-op systems don't allow two-way accessible communication for deaf people. With Ealing Registry Office, I emailed them an account of what had happened, its impact, what they need to do. I got an automated response saying they have a high level of feedback and emails, that they monitor them, that they're not able to reply quickly. This is another example of how difficult it is to raise the issues. Communication seriously needs to improve.